Coming up next, it's a heavyweight collision between the last style bender, Israel Adesanya, and Jan Błachowicz. Well, this guy has truly made the takedown a thing of beauty in mixed martial arts. With respect to yourself and George St. Pierre and the truly great takedown artists, this guy's closing the gap and entering that company in the eyes of men.
Oh, absolutely, because he's done such a great job of timing takedowns. I haven't seen anyone so good at slipping a jab into a takedown since George St. Pierre.
Right.
He does a phenomenal job of getting from step one to step two before his opponent even realizes now he's in on my leg. And if they do get their hip back, immediately he's up into a foot sweep or a headlock or an inside trick. It's just so many different ways for him to get you to the floor that he will throw every single one at you every single time.
And a lot of fighters talk about that wrestling maintenance and how hard it is, right, over the course of a career to continue to drill those things. He talks a lot about that, and that's why he's continued to realize success here in the UFC. All right, so here he is, the inimitable last style bender, Israel Adesanya, still undefeated as a mixed martial artist. DC, you tried to bring him in to emulate John Jones back in the day, and he's such a meticulous, thoughtful guy that he said no because Luke Rockhold was in that gym and he thought he might have to fight him on.
He knew that at some point he would reach Luke Rockhold in his division, so he said, you know what, I want to help you, DC, but I can't because of what's going to happen going forward in my career. He did not want to put Luke or himself in such an awkward situation. How about forward thinking? How about forward thinking that would have come to pass only a few short years later? But in Israel Adesanya, you also have the mentality, but the fighting ability to become a UFC champion in only 12, 13 months.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a Muay Thai fighter holding a professional record of 27 wins, 8 losses. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of Warsaw, Poland, Jan Błachowicz. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. A mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 20 wins, no losses. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Israel, the last style bender, Adesanya. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Dan Miragliotta.
Dan Miragliotta.
You ready?
All right, so here we are back at the Crew here in the tri-state area, Newark, New Jersey. Big UFC live event coming up here tonight, and this event doesn't get as many shows as it used to because of the New York legislation, but certainly they come out when the UFC's in town.
Before the UFC was able to go to Madison Square Garden, we went to the Prudential Center. It was as close as we could get, and the fans always showed up. It is a great arena and a place for great fights.
Oh, and he caught the kick. Big head kick. Oh, he's got him over here. Well, DC, headgear's not allowed, but he has raised the hands and he's doing a nice job protecting the dome.
He's doing a great job of blocking his head. A lot of times, those shots to the head will knock you out. Not this time. This guy's making sure nothing lands. Right hand punch from the clinch.
Adesanya gets hit by that kick to the midsection. You gotta do better defensively.
I mean, this guy is really focused on those punches to the head inside of the clinch. Big, powerful punch lands. Now he gets back to range. Look at how he turns his hip into that leg
And
kick.
both guys really throwing with authority. Right hand upstairs. Misses with the right hand. Nice job moving off the center line. He slips to avoid that right hand. All right, single collar tie now. Straight right, he misses. Man, striking class is in session. Beautiful punch there.
Great job landing. What a damaging punch.
Just out of range with that right hook. And now he's got that tie clinch. So just over 20 total strikes have already landed for Jan Błachowicz. Able to check that kick as well.
Look at the whip action that comes from him throwing that kick.
Lands a glancing right hand upstairs.
He's throwing every part of himself into these big leg kicks.
Nice connection with a punch there. It's hard to recall a time in the past that his boxing looked this sharp.
He's never looked this good. He's got to be careful dipping his head when he's throwing that jab.
All right, so a nice job there defensively to raise the guard and prevent any damage.
Those hands never leave where they're supposed to be, and if you do that, most times you will block the shot that's incoming.
All right, so there's the end of the round. He stayed committed to doing damage upstairs and landed a seminal blow in that round.
It was accumulation of those strikes. He kept hitting him over and over to the head. Eventually, he found the one that really did damage his opponent.
Round 2 is underway. Slips that left hand. All right, so he's landed some good shots. You hate to be overly critical, but nothing really in terms of combinations tonight.
Well, the jab has been looking great. How about jab, jab, right hand?
Right.
Because eventually you're going to have to put something on your opponent that's going to really make him pause. I believe the jab has been working so well. If he drops a big right hand after it, he may be able to finish his fight.
35 total strikes have already landed for Jan Błachowicz. And if you care about the efficiency, connecting with a 37% accuracy rate against Israel Adesanya.
Nice.
All right, he closes the distance, gets the single collar tie. Try to establish that jab. Oh, and he got tagged by that combination. His coach said on Thursday to us, it has to be punches and bunches. It has to be volume. And his student has certainly followed up on that imperative.
So much volume, but the accuracy of this fighter is truly unbelievable. Now he's on top of him looking for the finish.
Back to the feet.
Oh, he got him hurt bad.
Lands a strike now from the bottom. Nice work there by Adesanya. All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but
He's gonna start trying to move to a submission here. It looks like he's trying to attack the arm triangle. Watch triangle, watch triangle. Needs to push the arm to the side. Get his head against the mat. Now watch, as he goes to the finish, watch his chest go to the mat. He goes flat.
and this might just be a matter of time. Somehow stays in the fight. All right, right into side control. Upper body strength figures to be put to good use here.
Yes, absolutely. And you got to look for his opponent to turn back into him. He should chase guillotine. When the opponent turns to the opposite side, he can take his back, throw his hooks in, try to choke, or flatten him out, just go for the finish.
Just missed with the left there. Man, as he landed a high volume of strikes here in round two, definitely picking up the pace after round one. So he got the message from the corner, and now he is taking control of this second round.
Big punch lands over the top. How's he gonna follow this one?
Oh, really good job by him there to raise the guard, DC, and block those shots coming his way.
He does a great job of blocking all incoming strikes.
All right, so a huge round for him there. That head kick probably would have had me out for good. The guy survives to see another round.
Yeah, but he'll go back to that. It landed so perfectly. He set it up great. He did a great job of mixing up the target early, going up high, and getting the desired result.
Listen, we are losing this fight. I need you to dig down and get me.
Last round, guys. You ready? You ready? Go fight.
That's a big strike right there.
Well, we wondered earlier why there weren't as many body strikes. He's making up for lost time here. Shot to the body connects, and that bears watching. That's going to hurt this opponent. Some fighters shy away from checking a leg kick. Check that one. Oh, lands a vicious uppercut to the head.
Beautiful uppercut. Shades of Mike Tyson on Punch-Out back in the day. You couldn't take one of those uppercuts or you would go down.
Over the top. This fight's going to be over.
What a great way of mixing up his attack. He didn't stay the course. He mixed it up. He went high with his opponent, thought he was going low, and now he's got him hurt very badly.
Back to the left hand now, unable to connect. Oh, beautiful strike there by Israel Adesanya. He's got a lifetime in the game, not a lifetime in the UFC, but you see, this is a lifelong striker who is very dangerous with all limbs.
Yeah,
and that is how you scramble, folks. Oh, that is a huge shot right there, DC. We don't have too many more of those.
No, and he needs to start looking to finish now because he's got his opponent hurt very bad.
60 total strikes have already landed for Błachowicz. And landing with 31% accuracy tonight against Israel Adesanya.
Look at the turnover in that kick.
Well, it's all pace and pressure down the stretch. He is really lighting him up now. Well, he's always on the counterattack, but a nice leg kick there by Błachowicz.
Nice straight punch.
Oh, caught him flush with the head kick.
What a kick by this young man.
This to watch as he continues to dole out damage with the ground and pound.
Take it back to the days of guys like Mark Coleman, just beating people up in the ground and pound. This guy is a throwback fighter. He's very fun to watch.
Yeah, the Godfather would be proud.
He jumps on a headlock. We call this in wrestling just a headlock. And if you're not careful, you can get stuck in an arm triangle. Watch triangle, watch triangle. There he is. He's moving to the finisher position. Now watch him go parallel right next to his opponent. When it's time. Oh, he might have got him with a choke. He's done. He's done. What a performance.
Absolutely incredible submission victory for him here late in the fight, and that can be hard after several rounds of fighting. You're fatigued, a lot of clinch work, which is exhausting. The technique sometimes can suffer. It did not suffer for him here tonight. All right, let's take a look back at the replay as he gets it done by submission tonight, champ.
I mean, you know, this guy has such a great submission game that you cannot lay in his guard. He's so skilled, he's so tricky, and he's so good at weaving a web that gets you lost in it that he made him pay for it tonight and got the submission victory.
So a seminal moment for this fighter here tonight as he gets the win by submission. Huge victory in his career, and it'll be very interesting to see how they matchmake him moving forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Mergliata has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 37 seconds of the third round, declaring the winner by tap out due to arm triangle choke, Błachowicz. All
right, so what a performance by this young man here tonight as he gets the win by way of submission.